co co-conspirator in this men's health and fitness game and mental well-being. Doc, how's everything going on?
It's going good. It's going good. It's been a good week. Yeah, it's been a good week. So yeah, it's going well.
Yeah, and today we're going to be talking about how exercise is a powerful prescription for men's health and the situation that goes through it all. Because this is not just a mental health channel. This is not about men's. We also talk about the physicality of becoming just a good man. And a good man has to be protective of everything else. And he has to be physically capable of doing those things. If not,
Yeah,
changing a light bulb or having the mobility to not play with your kids, you're going to be kind of useless. But
yeah.
today we're going to talk about the exhaustion and fatigue that comes if you're not physically able to do a lot of things. Doc, while I get all situation, let us know what we'll be going over. And if you're streaming, we're streaming this on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube Live. I was going to drop in Telegram, but it's on all channels. Leave us a comment and we'll figure out how we can get your questions answered live at the end of this all.
So I mean, just keep it simple. Guys. The importance of exercise and working out. I don't know. Are we frozen?
No, I'm
Or is
good. You're good.
it looks frozen on my side. But I mean, if it's good, then but yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
So essentially, we're gonna be talking about just the importance of exercise, right? If you're trying to be a sovereign man, you're trying to have complete and total control over your every aspect of your life and like really command that respect. You cannot get away from exercise. It's critical. It is absolutely critical for us to be able to, like Gordon's saying, we should be in enough shape to be able to play with our kids.
Oh, yep. Now you got cut off, Doc. Or since Doc got cut off, it was just he's gonna log back in. I'm gonna show you why it's so very important for you guys as men, as leaders, as sovereign men to be able to physically do things so you can keep everything going forward. While I'm waiting for Doc to come on, we do have technical difficulties at some point or another. He's gonna log back in, and yep, I'm texting him right now, guys. Yep, you got cut off, right? Because if you look at it, I'm going to give you my example, right? Because a lot of times when you don't physically work out, for me and people that do work out, you do go into a state of a different state, right? When you don't have the mobility, you don't have the workout, you're not rolling around the mat, you're not punching a bag. It's not saying you being a masculine male. You still have to be physically connected. And how do you do that? Because it affects this up here. And it also affects your well-being for the stress level, for everything that you got going on that might be. Do I have to sit? I'm gonna have to sit. Oh, he is logging back in, guys. As you can see, Doc says he's logging back in, but no. But then you have to be physically able to do so. I'm not saying you have to go bench 300 pounds or you have to go squat 500 pounds. You mean now it's all about taking care of your health to a level where you can go play with your kids, because one day you're setting the example of what's going to be happening for not just yourself, but how do you determine, especially like for me, I have boys that, Dad, you're going to go work out. Yes, you're going to go work out. Yes, you're going to do things, because when you start to work out and you start to physically get into these things, your well-being comes better. And you're setting an example of not just for other men physically or aesthetically, you're also changing how your children look at you, how your wife looks at you, how everybody looks at you. Because one thing about people that work out, they show it's got discipline. They show you have strength. It shows you're not going to take no crap from one another. And people that look at that, when you look at the physical form of what you got going on, it shows that you have control of your life versus being a sloppy person, right? Doc, thank you for coming back. I just ad-lib that, like what we do here. I mean, like Terry Crews. Boop, boop, beep, boop.
Yeah, no, I popped in and I heard that, man. Yeah, and you're spot on with all of that. Yeah, and then we'll get into the rest. I don't think I'd add on to it. That was phenomenal. That was really great. Apologize, everybody. My computer decided to restart and update on its own. So,
wow.
but we're back crazy now. So Yeah,
Go
going. So
ahead,
start
Doc.
us off, man. What's the first thing we're talking about?
We're talking about the importance of having a physical plan for yourself, and I'll go into a story of how important it is to be physical as a
Hmm.
male, as a man, right?
Yeah,
Because if not, it can lead to other different things. And I'll tell you
yeah.
a short story after you do your thing, do the doc thing, and see why
Okay.
is it so important to have physical activities in your life.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's look at it like this, guys. If you're trying to be a sovereign man, right? A sovereign man has to be able to master every part of himself, right? It's not being able to, it's not about controlling other people. A sovereign man is someone who is sovereign over himself, over his
Right.
physical health, his mental health, spiritual health, financial. He is sovereign over himself. He is in control. And a lot of times we think, well, if I'm making money, or if I'm providing a good service, or if I'm doing all these things, then that will be able to cover any other area that might be lacking, and that's just not true, right? It's just not true at all. Now, yes, maybe you could have like confidence and respect and things like that, and you could point to probably people who are out of shape or not or don't have any type of physical figure or anything like that. And that's the thing as well. We're not talking about becoming a bodybuilder, right? We're
Right.
not talking about that. But although lifting weights, we will go into that, right? I will absolutely go into that. But what we are talking about is, having the body, right? Taking care of the thing that is doing all the other things, taking care of the body so that you have the longevity, right? So you
Yeah.
can play with your kids. So you can, have your testosterone levels up and they're not dropping off as you get older, so you can continue to, be intimate with your wife, right? Like there's so many things. So you can show like your body is literally your billboard of like discipline. And how I mean, think about it. If you get up on stage and you could barely catch your breath and you're talking to all these other guys about discipline, you
Hmm.
know, I mean, anyone who's thinking, right, is gonna be like, well, if you're so disciplined, why
Yeah.
why are you so out of shape? Like that's gotta be a question, right? Just the importance of it, right? Like, and especially this. Again, a sovereign man is someone who has command over his every area of himself. And so if you want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself and your kids have someone to look up to, that your wife has
Right.
someone to look up to,
Right.
right? And then even more importantly, as we get older, so you could be functional. I don't know, and this is no disrespect to anyone's grandparents or anything along those lines, but I'm gonna keep it a stack. I don't want to be like a lot of the old people that are out there today. I don't. I have
Oh, not me
zero
neither.
desire. Hunched over, can't walk, thrown in a home, trying to have them be taken care of by their kids. Like, we don't have to get to that point. I hope you understand that. We do not
Mhm.
have to get to that point. And a sovereign man is sovereign all the time. Save some type of extreme thing happens, you get a stroke or you're like
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that. But if I'll be tell you this, if you're taking care of yourself the right way, you don't put that burden on other people in the future. That
Right.
financial burden, that time
Right.
burden, that energy burden, you don't put that on them in the future. Because when the last well, I won't get into that. But long story short, guys, it's so critical to take care of yourself. I mean, you start now, right? Don't wait
Yeah.
till you get older. Don't say, well, when I have time, or Keith, you don't understand my schedule. Listen, we can make excuses for anything and everything, right?
Oh,
We can make
absolutely.
excuses for everything and anything. You got to take care of your body. You have to. You must take care of your
100.
body, right?
And then here's the key, the whole key. If you look at some of our, if you look at the cue cards, the quote cards, everything that we have, there's always an imposed clock or an image of a clock or an image of a, because you're running out of time, guys. You don't understand. You run out of time from not making that one choice to go and do a walk around the block. And like Doc says, through all our things, you have to do micro reps into doing something so that you can start doing the marathon. A marathon runner doesn't just run a 5K marathon. They do baby steps. Even if you don't make a choice, if I have a choice to either, like you said, Doc, which is perfectly perfect, good example. You're getting up and saying, you're talking about discipline, you're talking about money, but look at Steve Jobs. He had all the money in the world and he forgot about his physical activity And what happened at the end of it all, when it was all happening, it was all about why didn't he take care of his physical attributes first? You have one body, one mind, one heart, one back, one situation to do this. Because if you don't do it, you will pay for it later. Like Doc said last week, you will pay for it somehow. Whether it's going to be time, mobility, joints, back pain. Why not do it now? Because when I go to the gym, I mean, like Doc said, I feel for the people that start late, because why not do something small, build up that confidence, get that momentum, get that physical, and it does a mental for your stress level and anxiety. Because when I go hit weights, I don't care about nothing else. I'm in my zone. I'm in a flow state, right? Because it's me against me, the challenge, the weights, and the form and the technique. And the benefits of that is I get to build muscle and mobility, because later on, if I'm 2 years away from 60, right? And I can still bang that 300 pounds. To me, I mean that 1.0001% of men living in the world.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what we want you, because if you don't start now, you will pay for it. And then another thing, Doc, that I just wanted to go through is this, right? You also have to take care of your blood work, your checkup, your yearly checkup, all that other good stuff, because I just went through a whole thing this whole past year. You know, I was at Real Talk, and my appendicitis burst. I got my appendicitis burst at Real Talk. My gallbladder got taken out, but all my levels now, change my diet, change what I'm thinking. All my levels are in green. Even my thyroid count went from 700 to 200 just recently. And I just had my checkup. So it's like, now I'm on a maintained level. But for the past 5-6 months just back, I was changing all kinds of things. And that's what you have to do. I mean, would you agree, Doc, that that's important?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I actually got my blood levels done, last year. Right. And I got it redone. Did I get it redone? No, I got it done last year, and my stuff came out stellar, right? Like all my levels were like top tier. And except for like one thing, but one thing I already knew what it was, changed my diet, added some red meat in there, and boom, I was good to go. And so, but there's a reason why, and Gordon, my blood work has almost always come back dang near perfect. Like not just perfect, but like in the really good range. Like
in the level,
yeah. My entire life since I've been doing that. It's not by accident. It is. Exactly. I'm telling you right. It is not by accident. It is by design.
And
I want to use like we talked about, as far as you're going to pay for it now, pay for it later. So yes, I take supplements. Yes, and they cost every month.
Yeah.
Fish oils. I just bought some fish oils this morning, like something like $80 dollars. Right.
Yeah, mine's coming in right now.
Yeah. like it. But I'm going to tell you this right now, $80 dollars a month for 12 months out the year. I don't know. What is that? Like $800, $900 something like that. Right.
Versus
get cancer and get that bill at the end of the month. And I promise you right now, it will pale in comparison, because we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yep.
To get that done, or for dialysis, or for all these other things, the heart issue, the high blood pressure, the stent that has to go in your heart, all those things, the diabetes. You're going to pay extensively more for that. And then on top of that, your family's going to have to suffer as well, because now your wife's got to take care of you, and that's extra stress on her, or your kids got to take care of you, or now they're trying to figure out what home to put you in. And if you didn't plan financially, that's going to cost. So instead of waiting for the bottom to fall out, I know that's what happens, and that's what happens, and I don't know why anybody thinks that, I'll just deal with it when it comes. I don't understand that. You're overweight.
I do not understand.
You got rolls that could use butter on your back. Like, you're not healthy. You're not healthy, right? And yet, and so but yeah, you don't want to do like, yeah, and guess what? And Gordon also, like I was telling you, like I go to a studio, I go to Orange Theory, right?
Okay.
It's like it's about 180 a month, something like that, right? But again, I'd rather pay the 180 a month and go there and bust my tail every morning. I'd rather do that. I'd rather get the supplements. I'd rather drink the apple cider vinegar. I'd rather do the lemon juice. I'd rather drink the nasties. I'd rather do all of that because all that's much cheaper and it gives me a much
Mm-hmm.
higher quality of life than wait till I get sick and then I
Right.
have to suffer. And now
Right.
my kids have to watch me die. And then my
Yeah.
wife has to watch me die.
Ooh.
Now my siblings have to watch me die simply
Yeah.
because I don't want to take care of myself. Guys, come on, man.
Yeah.
We're going to be sovereign, man. You stop making excuses and get to it, man. Stop making excuses and get to it. Enough's enough. Enough is enough. And how dare any man anywhere tell his wife, yeah, man, you gained some weight. If you're not in tip-top shape, you're daggone self. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You better not say 2 words to your wife. I don't care if she gained 2 pounds, 10 pounds, 20 pounds, or 50 pounds. If your behind's out of shape, you better not say 2 words to her about her weight until you get your butt in the gym and until you start getting some work done. Right? If you don't have a 6-pack abs and a big chest and wide back, bruh, don't say 2 words to her. Period. You're supposed to be the example.
I
You
was
are
just
supposed
about
to
to
be the
say.
example in your family.
Yep.
You are. And if you're not doing it, bro, get yourself right first, and then everyone else will follow. All right. So, yeah, sorry, Gordon. It has to be said, man. It has to
No, it
be
has to
said.
be said. Like I said,
Too many
I mean,
excuses
don't.
yeah.
And here's another thing too, right? Here's another thing. I mean, we're talking about this physicality of it, right? With all these things going on in the world right now, with the child's being abducted. We just had one the other day with a guy was stabbing kids in the park. Just
Jesus.
like 3 days. He went around into a park. And now when I go to when I go to the parks out here, right? Right. I take off my shirt, my wife beater, everything, and I watch all the kids. In fact, all the kids come in, they want me to take the break because they know I'll just live and die for them if something happens because it's not going to end up good for both parties if I get into it, right? But I know the outcome of it, so it's like, oh, the first thing is to walk away. But at the same time, like Doc's, like you said, Doc, right? It's not just the time, money, and the emotional part of being physically correct and being not just a specimen is if you don't do it right, you lose the most expensive thing that you do not have at that point when you're like 70, 80 and you didn't do it. The time to do it. You don't have the time to do it at that age. So you better start where you are at right now. Because
Yeah.
at 75, 72, okay, I mean, I talk to a lot of guys at the gym too because they always ask me what's my age because of my hair, right? Because it's like silvering, right? But they ask me and they say like, oh, they used to do this, but I give them credit too because they're in the gym taking care of their health because they know that they have a limited time. And the people that think their time is always going to be there for them to catch up to somebody that started a long time ago, they are behind. So it's like you're not 25, you're not 22, you might be in your 40s. Our demographic here is between 30 and 45 for men trying to get this help. Start now because at the same time, with these shooters right now going on, right, or child molesters trying to take your kid, what do they all say? They look at the dad. They look at the dad. If you're in physical shape that know you can beat their ass, catch up to them, or run to them or something, they will leave your kids alone. And that's where it comes out because all the people that's when they interview them is like when they stalk people and kids, they always look at the husband or the dad. And
Yeah.
it's so true because that's what
Yeah.
happens. Every man is going to size somebody up regardless. It's just in our nature. We're going to
And
size everybody up.
You're right, Gordon. And actually, I'm glad you talked about that and brought that up, man, because I was going to mention that too. Like being at, like you mentioned, like the park, right? Now, I want you to imagine this. I want you to imagine this, guys. What if someone wanted to come and hurt children, abduct children, things like that? what kind of man or men do you think is going to ward someone like that off and get them to think twice? The guy that's out of shape, the guy that can't move, the guy that's just kind of sitting back like, oh man, let the kids play, or the guy who looks like, dang man, he can look like he can do some damage. Oh man,
Right.
he looks, I think I'm gonna, because I'll say this, it's a side note, I know when I go out, if I'm with my kids and there's other kids around, I'm not just watching my kids, I'm watching everyone else's kids
Theirs.
too.
Absolutely.
I'm making sure that everyone's kids is safe. And I hope that you guys as men as well will do the same for me and other people as well.
Absolutely.
Right? But being in shape, taking care of your body, that puts that presence there. There are some people that won't even try something, won't say something, things like that, simply because you have a presence because of your body, right? So it's so important for us to make sure we are taking care of ourselves and making sure we're taking care of our health, our physical health.
And it goes on two peaks, because if you take your physicality to a different level, your mental acuteness raises levels too, right? Because the everything raises, and the bad part all goes down. Your anxiety goes down, your cortisol levels hop up, your endorphins come up, your confidence comes up, your anxiety goes down. Now, if you stay stagnant, this goes up this way, because I'm not worried about my health. I got to worry about this. I'm not making enough money. When you physically, and you also gain a confidence that money cannot buy. You can buy certain things. Even like for some people, I seen one now, right? So men are some men get surgery to pump up their chest, get fake abs. The new one now, doc, the new one. Here's this, doc. They have their ears made to look like cauliflower so that nobody messes them, because they think they want to be a fake MMA until somebody really tests them out. That's the new one. They just had it. I just seen it.
That's
like
crazy.
They're being surgically like hammered from being so that they can make they're like a badass. I'm like, what?
Oh my god.
Yes.
That's
because
insane,
they didn't earn it. And guys, let me say this one thing before Doc goes on, because he's about to go off. I know. You have to earn every scar, every weight, every push, every pain to get where you need to be. And if you're not cut off for that, imagine what's going to happen when you get sized up with somebody else and just run you over. It's going to be too late.
Yeah.
And the respect level you get, not just from your wife. Now, is it bad to just be an all alpha macho man and all this bullshit? This is not what our channel is about. This channel is to become sovereign, to be the leader in you, so you can lead other people where you can command the respect that you truly deserve and live in your potential instead of chopping your own toes off.
Yeah.
Right? Can you imagine now you having your fake cauliflower flowers so nobody messes you, and then you want to mouth off and somebody jacks you in the jaw?
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And maybe it's just me, we all have our own perspectives and experience or whatnot, but to try to shortcut these things just doesn't work. It doesn't work. It looks weird. You look at the people who try to jump on Ozempic, they look weird, faces deformed. You see these guys injecting stuff in their muscles, they look weird. The
oil.
So the oil, like, bro, you look weird, bro. You look weird, and you didn't earn that. You didn't put the work in for that. You didn't create the discipline for that. You didn't sweat for that. You didn't bleed for that, right? Yep. And there's something about that. There's something about, because I'll be honest, Gordon, I'll be 100% honest, man. I used to think, people used to ask me the question like, oh man, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do? Oh, I like working out. I soon realized like, man, I actually don't like working out. I don't. I worked out for a reason when I was in school, because I was a wrestler. Because I was trying to do semi-pro football,
right.
So, and then I started realizing, no, I don't actually do it. It was for a reason. Right. There's something else beyond that. And so now when I work out, I do it because it needs to be done. I need to take care of my body. Like all those reasons I said before. So you don't have to like it. That's not a requirement. I don't have to like it. The drink I drink in the morning, Gordon, it does not taste good. It does not taste good at all.
I got a
But
better
you
one
know
for
what
you.
But but I tell you what, you know what does? You know what feels good though?
Mhm.
Feels good when you get that blood work back and your doctor says, bro, you were on top of the
Yep.
world, man. It
Yep,
feels good when I can get up and
that was
move
the
in the
best.
morning. It feels good when I'm not breathing heavy from walking upstairs. It
Yep.
feels good when I don't got aches and pains all over my body. It feels good when my kids could look at me like, dang, yeah, my dad's a unit. Like it feels good
Yep.
when people can recognize the work you're putting in,
The work.
right?
The
And then
work.
recognize that it's real.
Yep.
It's real. It's real. And I can give you the receipts for that, right?
Yep.
So there's no shortcutting. There's no shortcut in this. Right?
Nope.
There's no shortcut. Like Gordon said, the sooner you start, the better. Because the last thing you want to do is try to be playing catch up.
Yeah, you're done.
Now I
It's
have
too late.
all these diseases. Now I'm struggling with all these complications. Now I'm gonna try to, but it's a lot easier if you just start before then, so then you don't have to get any of that. You regulate your blood sugar so you don't get diabetes,
Yep.
right? You take care of your blood work, and you make sure you get your vitamins and your minerals, and you're eating properly, you're staying away from all those things that are cancer causing. It's easier to do that. You may not like it in the moment, but it's easier to do that. Life is easier when you do those things and take care of your body, right? It's so much easier. So, yeah, so no shortcuts. No shortcuts. Please.
Well, then again, too, another part of that is when you have the receipts to back up everything, not just from a physical standpoint, you have the scar tissue of the mental awareness, acuteness of the wisdom that you've been through called experience of life,
Mhm.
where this is where people know and you can command the respect that you deserve because you've been through it and came out the other side. You mean a
Yeah.
lot of the times the door, the answer is on the other side of you getting out of that zone of being comfortable. And it's
Yeah.
going to take what we've been talking about this channel for all this time is you got to do something for yourself to lead the people to gain the respect that you want for yourself. Even like for me and Doc, right? When I speak, when I do my talks, when I do this show, when people come to me for answers, people know they're going to get the best answer they're going to get from the receipts I've been through change on the outside, on the opening of the door, because I have the receipts and scar tissues to prove it. And it's not like it's been fluff, right? It's not like
Yeah.
like Doc said, right? You can fluff out, you can mask it all the way you want to do. You can fake it to certain people. Like look at all these big alpha gurus on the YouTube right now. And now they're all getting just destroyed. I mean,
Yeah.
pummeled. Another one just went down the other day. That Prince Azure guy, right? His excuse is, oh, we didn't work out with my wife, so I'm doing this. I lost my kids, my family. Well, at the end of the day, the most important thing you have to have that God been giving you a blessing to is your wife, kids, and family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now he's I'm doing this for the men now. It's like everybody's like, didn't you just preach about having all of this and now it's all full of shit? Right? So it seemed like being a drug dealer, right? You trying to, and I'm speaking from experience as a criminal, you cannot shortcut the process to get to the penthouse because it will not sustain. And I'm speaking from real deep experience because for some reason, whether it's karma, whether you call it fate, whether you call it coincidence, whether you call it the law, whatever you want to call it, you cannot shortcut that process When you shortcut that process, that rug will get pulled out of you. And when it happens and you fall flat on your face, guess what's going to happen? You don't have the ways, the receipts, or the know-how to pick yourself back up.
That part.
Right?
That part.
Because people that can do it over and over and over and again. They just choose which path and which direction they want to go to.
Yeah.
But Doc, from a Doc standpoint, right? From the infamous guru of darkness that we have with FCS LLC, right? From some of your clients, when you tell them to get into a physical aspect or working out with their partner, what is the pushback? What do you see as some of the pushback? Because they all get pushback, especially.
Usually the pushback I get is time. I don't got the time. I don't got the time. Right. That's usually the pushback that I get.
Right.
right?
Okay.
And kind of like we said a little bit earlier, okay, if you don't have the time, someone, your body will make the time for you later on, right? Right. When you can't go to work because the ambulance has to take you to the hospital just for you to find out you have some type of disease you didn't know about. Oh, you'll take the time then. Oh,
Oh,
you won't have a choice.
yeah.
You won't have a choice, right?
Oh,
So I would say, yeah, that's probably the main thing I would see is the time. But I'll be honest though, I do a lot of my clients, a lot of my the guys that I work with, a lot of them are already working out. So to be honest,
oh, good.
a lot of the guys that I work with, they usually don't there usually have to be a conversation about that. They're already putting that into play.
Oh, nice. Oh,
So
that's good.
that's a good thing. But yeah,
Yeah.
but usually it's if it's anything, it's time. Right? I don't got the time. I got this, I got that, or whatever the case may be. But again, we have to make the time, right? We have to prioritize. We have to make
Yep.
care of our bodies. And also I just want to kind of piggyback off what you were saying a little bit earlier, Gordon, about as far as like the receipts, and guys, we've always said, throughout the entirety of doing this podcast, is that we are not offering shortcuts. And if you're looking for shortcuts, you're probably gonna have to go somewhere else. What we tell you that the work has to be done. The work has to be done, right? And we offer you to walk with you as you're doing the work to get the change you're looking for on the other side. Right. A lot of other people, they sell you this snake oil, like, hey, do my program in 8 weeks. Your marriage is going to be the absolute best, or your body, you're going to have a 6-pack abs. But anybody who knows anything, you ever hear someone talking that foolishness, for sure that, something's not right with that. Something's not right with that. Something is not right with that. Right. Because what if you go in and use an example, you have a tremendous amount of trauma. You and your wife have a tremendous amount of trauma. You really think you're going to resolve that in 8 weeks? What is that? Unless they have some type of magic, it's not. It's going to take work. If you have let your body go for years, and I'm promising you a 6-pack abs in 8 weeks, in a physique like Chris Hemsworth, right? In the Thor movies, I'm sorry, that's a lie. That is a lie. And so I just want to put it out there, that working with us, it's going to be a process. We're not selling you snake oil. Yes, there's going to be difficult times. Yes, there's going to be things for you to overcome. Yes, you might stall at some points, but if you stay consistent, you will get the results. And just like taking care of your body. And me, I'll be honest, I let myself go. I was lifting weights and doing stuff like that, but the weight wasn't going anywhere. So I had you know what? I need a greater level of accountability. All right, I need a greater level of accountability. I'm willing to pay for it. And so what did I do? I started paying for it. I found the money in my budget, right? I eliminated some things because it was important. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get to the gym by 5, right? Because I can't do it any other time of the day. So I got to do it earlier. They have a system. All I got to do is show up and I bust my tail. And guess what? In a couple of months, right? I'm down almost 20 pounds. But it's hard, back-breaking work. I'm dying. This morning I was working out, Gordon, and I'm dying on the treadmill afterwards, like gasping for breath. And I'm looking to my left. I'm like, how is nobody else dying? How is that possible?
They're vicious.
But long story short, I just want to really drive that point home that you got to do the work. But I tell you this, there is a pride, there is a confidence, there's a satisfaction and when you're just dead and your body is done, that I did that. And then now when you sit and you stand before other men and you tell them how you did it, you have the receipts, you have the confidence, right? There's not going to be some, let's dig up your past and, oh, no, you really didn't do it. You just got injections, or, you got fake muscle implants, or you took some type of magic pill. No, it's like, no, I have the sweat equity.
Yeah, you can tell.
Go smell my laundry basket, right? Go wring out my shirt, right? You can go do that. Like that is what men will follow. That's what they will follow. Yep. We want to see someone who's consistent and disciplined and done the work and fought their way out of hell to get where they are now. That's what we want to follow. That's what we're looking for, right? So, and again, being a sovereign man, that's what you have to do, right? No shortcuts. Even the Bible talks about that. You know, we're talking
Yeah,
about money, like money that's gotten quick leaves just as long, but money that takes a long time to build up lasts for generations. It's the same thing for your health. Yeah, it's gonna take you a while
exactly.
to build the muscles. Yeah, it's gonna take you a while to lower your blood cholesterol and all that stuff like that, and lower your weight and things. It's gonna take time, but I promise you this: when you do that, you know, it's gonna last, and you continue and be consistent, it's gonna last the rest of your life. It's
Yeah,
literally going to last the rest of your life. So you don't
one
lose
thing.
out on the work that you've done if you
Yeah,
continuously keep up with it over time.
yeah, because the continuous part is you got to be disciplined, right? And then I come down with the thing with the 5 P's, right? You got to have purpose. You got to find that purpose, the purpose of it all. You got to have your own principles on why you're doing things. Then you got to
Mhm,
find the passion within yourself, right? You got to prioritize what is important for you, the people, and then you got to actually look at the people that's around you. Because
mm,
if those 5 P's don't match, if you don't have your own purpose, you don't have your own priorities straight, you don't have the right people in your corner, and you don't have to find the passion, right? Everything else is going to fall apart because it's all going to be fake. And
mhm.
anything to do with fake stuff is not going to last, like Doc said.
No.
And it does because you will not have that scar tissue, the sweat equity, and everything else to prove it because a lot of the times people will see right through it. They'll
Mhm,
see through your mental health, your physical health, your how you treat your kids, whether they're happy, whether you walk around with a chip on your shoulder, whether you have your chest bump up. And guess what it all comes down to? That confidence level that you want to lead to men, and you don't have to fake it no more. Because
mhm,
you are sovereign, you are leadership for your family, for you, yourself, your kids, and the people that's important to you. Because why? You put in that damn work. And
mhm.
when it's not just a physical thing, it's also an emotional thing, a faith-driven thing, a faith-driven thing, and psychological. It
Mhm.
all goes hand in hand. If you looked
Yeah.
at our workshop last week, if any of you want to see some of the workshop that we have, go look at it's going to be, and we also have our own community that
Mm,
we're all now up to 6 posts, six community levels, because we want you to have the tools, and us as Doc and Gordon as coaches are here to guide you to get you over that finish line on a disciplinary, accountable level that have been through it. Guys, when men follow other men, they look for certain things, right? You're not gonna find like all these guru YouTube guys that flash that lifestyle. They're all getting burned right now, and everybody's like, "What the hell? Where's all these alpha gurus now?" Because they all taught you the wrong thing. Now you got guys like us that's seen right through it, but now there people are looking to gravitate to certain things. So if this is for you guys, we have the receipts. I mean,
mhm.
I have more than beyond receipts. Doc has more than beyond receipts. It's to get you to a level where you're happy with yourself and you can take the reins for your own life and ride off into the sunset.
Yeah.
We just want to be a part of it and be
Yeah.
and just be happy that we could be assist you in that endeavor because
Yeah.
it'll pay off 100 times more, not just in monetary value,
Mhm.
time,
Yes.
value, attention. And
Yeah.
that's what counts in life.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm getting all
Yeah.
philosophical today. But I mean, that's Doc.
Yeah.
This is a good one, actually.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about how we get there, right?
Yes,
You
sir.
know, because when talking, I know there's, you know, when it comes to like being physically fit, you know, people have a lot of different ways to do that, right? You got running, you got cycling, you got all types of stuff, lifting weights, and things of that nature, right? But let's just get down to the nitty gritty of it, right? And you may not like this, and you may say, but Keith, you know, there are other ways. You may say that, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the number one way to take care of your body is to lift weights, and not just lift weights, but lift heavy weights.
as much as you can take.
That's it.
I mean, don't break your joints or anything, or
Yeah,
rip
well,
your tendons.
yeah, it's all proportional to obviously whatever you can do, right?
Yes.
So we're not, if you never lifted a weight in your life, please don't go to the gym and throw 315 on the bar and think you're going to throw that up, whether it's squatting or benching or anything like that.
Yeah, no,
right? Unless you're one of those genetic
Micro
freaks that has that grown man strength where you just naturally, you're just physically strong, right? But outside of that, no, we got to lift heavy. You cannot move away from that. And oh, well, I'm just toning up. No, you're just trying to make no. You got to lift heavy. You got to push your body. If you want to keep your testosterone levels at good levels, lift weights. Lift weights and lift heavy. Push yourself.
As I was about to say.
Right? The growth that you're looking for in weightlifting, this isn't critical for you to understand as well. And also, I guess, I guess put my pedigree out there. So I actually used to be a personal trainer back when I was in college, right? I used to be a personal trainer. And I've been studying this stuff for a while. I don't do personal training anymore, but I do follow the information and I have a strong basis. So I know who's, saying good things and who's just talking nonsense, right?
Right.
But everything points back to you got to lift weights and you got to lift heavy. And I'm telling you, the growth you're looking for, it happens in that last 1 to 3 reps that you're really trying to squeeze out. That's where the growth happens. That's where the change happens.
Failure.
It's also where it's most uncomfortable. So this is not just a physical thing, right? This is a mental thing too.
Yep.
Right? I'm in a very uncomfortable position and I'm being asked to push more. And as a man, you should be able to understand this easily, because how many times in your life have you felt empty and yet you still had to give and push and give more, pour out of an empty cup and still were able to make it happen. So it's the same thing when we're working out, to push to failure, to get to that 1 to 3, right? To force it out. It's critical for you to be able to do that. And it also, Gordon, one of the things you were mentioning, like one of the things you were saying, I'm having people, right? Having that support, right? So being able to be in a community with other men who are doing the same thing. They're pushing the weight. You guys are pushing each other. Again, that accountability. I told you guys I was working out and how I wasn't really getting the results I needed because I needed that accountability. So I went and paid for it, right?
Right.
And now I got the accountability and now I'm getting the results, right?
Right.
So it's critical to lift weights. Yes, it's nice that you bike. Yes, it's nice that you run. Yes, it's nice that you swim. All that stuff, it's all nice. You're doing Pilates or Zumba or yoga or whatever else you're doing. Some fitness. It's nice that you're doing. That's great.
It's something, but you still need to lift weights. I believe you need to lift,
yeah. Period. Right? Lift weights. Or if you're into that calisthenic stuff, bar stars, flipping over the bars, that's good too. But but again, they're still
I like that stuff.
Yeah. They're still pushing themselves.
Yeah, right? They're still pushing with their body weight.
Yeah. So there's no way to get around it. There's no way to get under it. There's no cheat code for it. You're right, because you can't. There's no cheat code to benching 315. There's no cheat code to squatting 600 pounds. There's no cheat code to that. Right? If you see someone under that bar, they put the work in, right? So it's the same thing for you. And there's a confidence that comes from that because like we've always said, confidence is simply the belief that I can, I'm going to do the thing I said I'm going to do. The belief in your ability to do the thing you say you're going to do. And so if you have done all this stuff before, then you can continue to push and do more and more and more. Right. So long story short, you got to lift weights. There's no way around it. There's no way under it. You can't shortcut it, and then that's the thing. When other men see you, they know you didn't shortcut it. They know you didn't shortcut it.
Yep.
So, because you can't cheat that. You have to earn that. So ultimately you got to lift weights. It's the best thing for your metabolism. It's the best thing to lose weight. It's the best thing for your blood levels. It's the best thing for everything across the board. You got to lift weights. If you're not lifting weights, if you're doing other things, great. Keep doing them. But now it's time to lift weights. At the very least, 3 to 5 times. At the very least, 2 to 3 times a week.
At least 2.
Very least. 2 to 3 times a week. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Now, guys, this is what you're gonna. If you want to get the girl, if you're not in the, if you're getting ran over, you're feeling unseen, you're being undervalued, you might be getting ran over from the people at work, right? This is what we want to change. And it starts with a lot of things. You might feel like, just put it this way. If you're at a certain age and you can't get your dick hard anymore, there's something wrong with your physical and mental health that we have to change that about. Because if you kind of get intimate and you're not confident enough to ask that girl out, or you're in a situation where you're trying to get over things, or your anxiety, depression, and everything else, this is what we want to change, guys. Because the time that you're giving up to other things, like Doc said, you're paying for it somehow, some way. We want to take that away and give you something that's positive, that can change what you want in life. Whether it's having the confidence, being able to be the shot caller for your family, for your room, for your kids, for the people that you work, or like go to the kids at the park, to be able to be the Disneyland dad and have carry all that equipment and not be huffing and puffing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because next week I go Legoland, so it's like I understand all the good stuff, right? Because now you want to be in that shape. And if you're a single man and you're looking for a direction because you're not being able to get that date, get that text back, get that call back, this is who we want to work with, because you have a potential you haven't lived up to, guys. I'm so big on this, so big, because the receipts that me and Doc have can get you to where you need to be, so you can command and be sovereign and lead yourself so you can lead other people. And to get that, you're going to have to either come to our social media, get your questions answered, go to boundariesandbrotherhood.com, join the free community, or ask for the link, and we'll invite you there.
Yeah.
Guys, this is Gordon Watt from Boundaries and Brotherhood.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, wait.
Hold on. Wait. We're not done yet.
We're going for Doc.
Wait, hold on now. Because there's another aspect to the physical health as well.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, Gordon's about to keep y'all from getting the other secret other part of this, right?
Okay.
You got to get your diet right.
Yes.
You got to get your diet right. All right. And let's just keep it a stack. You got to cut out the alcohol. No more whiskey, no more liquor, no more beer, no more wine, no more champagne. That stuff wreaks havoc on your body. It just serves no purpose, right? Serves no purpose, right?
Get you in a little pop.
No more. You know what? Yeah, no more, cut out the fast food, right? Start cooking at home, right? No more juices. I know they want to push, juice. Man, you need to get water. Clear out the juice, clear out the soda, clear all that stuff out, and it needs to be water. It needs to be water, just straight across the board, right? Just make it. You got to make sure you take care of your diet. That's huge. Get rid of the chips. Get rid of anything that's unnatural. Get rid of anything that's unnatural, right? Well, if you're eating food, make sure that's a whole ingredient food. And a whole ingredient food means it is what it is. If it's an apple, it's 100% apple. If it's a chicken, it's 100% chicken. If it's a steak, it's 100% cow, 100% beef, right? Whole ingredient foods. Because this food industry, I'm telling you right now, they put stuff in the food to get you addicted. So like when Pringles says you can't just eat one, they're not kidding. You can't just eat one, because they have it designed and engineered so you could eat multiple, right? So it's so critical to make sure you take care of your diet and you cut out all the junk. You know the junk that's there. You know what you're eating's not good. You know that is, right? And it's poisoning your body. And some of you are like, Keith, we do work out, or some people are like, yeah, I'm working out and I'm not losing weight. It's not working. What's your diet look like? What's your diet look like? Does your diet look like you're eating out all the time? That's probably why. Because that chicken nugget that you're getting from McDonald's probably isn't a chicken nugget. It's probably some parts chicken, some part chemical, some part bleaching, some part this, some part that, some part this. By the time it's all said and done, you can't even consider it chicken, right? And there's lots of other things like that as well. You want to get those microwavable meals, those quick things. No, 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 no. I cannot simplify any more than this. I'm not a dietitian, but I don't have to be. Single ingredient foods. Keep it simple. That's it. Whatever it is, that is what it is. Cut out all the other junk that's not healthy, and you're going to see your health improve drastically. Drastically. I'm telling you this right now. Right?
I'm proof of it. I just did my blood work. Yep.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. You gotta get that stuff out of you. It's not. Listen, man. You out here drinking Coke, and they showed you that Coke is cleaning like stuff off of like pennies and off of like the battery acid
and stuff like that.
things and clearing off rust, and you're putting it in your system for what? Why? And then on top of that, then you're also smoking weed for what? There are other ways to handle your stress and your anxiety. We have a whole host of videos and resources to help you with that. You're putting things in your body that are not supposed to be there. I'm gonna wrap it up with this. And this is gonna kind of share my age a little bit. There's a movie from a long time ago. If you're a young man, you're probably not going to know this, right? But if you're an older man, you probably do. There's a movie from a long time ago. It's called Bodyguard. Whitney Houston, Kevin Costner. Great movie. But there's a scene at the end, and I'm not going to ruin it all if you want to go back and see it. There's a scene at the end, right, where Kevin Costner, he's Whitney Houston's bodyguard. They're at an award show, and there's a cameraman across the way. Now, Kevin Costner's her main bodyguard, and he knows who's supposed to be where at all times. And so when he sees this cameraman, he lets his partner know, get that guy out of here. He's not supposed to be here. Get him out of here. He's not supposed to be here. Look at your diet and do the same thing. What is supposed to be there? If alcohol's not supposed to be there, weed is not supposed to be there, cigarettes is not supposed to be there, drugs are not supposed to be there, fast food's not supposed to be there, right? Sodas are not supposed to be there, juices are not supposed to be there. It's not supposed to be there. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Right? The Hot Pockets in your freezer are not supposed to be there. The Dino Nuggets, they're not supposed to be there. Oh, that stuff's not supposed to be there. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. And watch your health. Just if you just do that,
just
start eating the whole ingredient foods and just drinking water, you're going to see your health improve drastically just by doing that alone.
Yep.
Let alone the supplements and things of that nature. So it's critical. So it's not just about lifting weights. You also got to take care of your diet. They say time and time again, I've yet to see a personal trainer worth their salt say anything less than what I'm about to say right now, especially if you want this, you want six-pack abs. They say abs are built in the kitchen. They're built in the kitchen with your diet. But I'll even add to that, not just abs, but also good blood work. Also avoiding cancer, also avoiding diabetes, also avoiding heart disease, also avoiding high blood pressure, right? Take care of that part. So take care of that part, right? It's critical. So now, Gordon, now we can wrap it up. Now they got it, right? No excuses at this point. They can't come back and say, well, I did what
you close it out, Doc. You close it out, Doc.
Now they got it all. Now they got
Close
it all.
it out, Doc.
So guys, this is June. It's men's health month. So we find it just appropriate to talk about this, and we'll have other topics we'll talk about, throughout this month. But guys, you got to take care of your health, man. If you're going to be a sovereign man, you got to take care of your health. You only get one body, and in order to accomplish your goals, in order to help the people you want to help, in order to affect the change you want to affect, then you need to take care of your body. It's critical for you to take care of your body. We're dying from so many things nowadays that are so preventable. And how sad is that? How sad is that we are dying from things that we can prevent by making the changes we talked about today? Don't do that. Don't put your children in that state, in that position. Don't put your wife in that position. Don't put your friends and your fans. Don't put anybody else in that position. And it doesn't matter. There's going to be people that you're designed to reach out to. And if you don't take care of your body, you may expire before you get a chance to. Right? You know, so it's so critical. It's so critical. You know, it's so critical for you to do this, for you to take care of yourself. This is not optional. This is not, yeah, let me just take that out. No, you got to take care of your body. Start doing it today. Don't wait for tomorrow. Clear out your fridge today. Don't wait for tomorrow. Go do some push-ups right now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Start right now, today. Don't wait. Because the longer you wait, like Gordon said, you're losing out on that time you cannot get back. You cannot get that time back. And the last thing you want to do is sit there in a sick state. Man, I should have. I heard that podcast that one time, and they were talking about it. I just didn't do anything. And now I'm in a wheelchair. Now I'm blind. Now my wife has to roll me around. Now my kids are seeing me in this weakened state. You know, you don't have to do, guys. Start making the changes right now. All right, y'all. This is Dr. Keith Fairclough. You know, we'll come back next week. We'll see you then. Gordon.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Gordon Watt from Boundaries and Brotherhood. See you guys next week.